Well, hello, you trader nerds. Welcome into Fabulous Friday. Hope everybody's having a great day. Real traders never trade alone. They trade with their fellow nerds like Auction, like Don, like Coach C, like Dwayne, like Hal, like John, like Hoobaz. Hope I pronounced that correctly. Robert. We got Scott, Vicky with an I, and Vicky with a Y. Both Vickies in the house. Howdy do. One and all. It is Sweet Bobby, and we are doing good with our new little program, our new little plan that doesn't trade nearly as often. We only trade once a month. We just kind of kick back and relax a little bit and just kind of look at the market and see where things are going to go. And so far, this month of November, well, let me just show it to you, has been fabulicio. Look at this. Boom, baby. I mean, here's where November started, and we are booming. This is great. The E-minis are up, 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 and away. And I don't even know how to draw the upward little channel there. It's so big. So the market is very excited that we have a settled presidential election and that we will have a peaceful transfer of power. It would probably have done this regardless of who was elected as long as we got the results, right? Even though Nevada and Arizona, I think, are still counting. Unbelievable. Come on, people. If Florida was the laughing stock of the United States in 2000, y'all remember the hanging chads, and they fixed it. And now, 30 minutes after, you've got like 90% reporting from Florida. They fixed it. Somebody from Arizona and Nevada need to go to Florida and say, what did y'all do to fix it? Matter of fact, every state needs to go to Florida and say, what did y'all do to get your results so quickly? So we need that to happen in other places in the country. It's just embarrassing that Nevada and Arizona don't have final results now. It's just crazy that anybody doesn't have final results. From today is the what, the 8th? Yeah, November the 8th, and the election was the 5th. Come on, we got to count these things. All right. So anyway, look at this. I mean, it is just a big, big, big move to the upside. So that's kind of cool. If we look at the TQQQ, it is up about 0.5%, up 43 cents on the day. It is at 82.99. Now we're not quite at the all-time high, but man, I think it is close. Let's see if we can type in TQQQ here. TQQQ. See what she looks like in the regression channel. Look at this, y'all. It's kind of interesting to look at the linear regression of TQQQ, and it's flat, and it's flat. But we're getting close to this high up here, getting really close to it. So I think we're probably going to tag that at some point. Let's see how it looks. This is flat on TQQQ. Let's see what it looks like on QQQQ. QQQ. QQQ is a little bit more upward, isn't it, in the channel? That's interesting. Interesting. Looks similar, but this is higher than this was, and TQQQ is lower than that is. So that's very interesting. Very interesting at all. So let's see what the E-minis are up 0.5%, up 31 points on the day. VIX is down, baby, from what it, well, it may not be down on the day, but it's certainly down from what it was election time, down in the 15 handle. So that's fairly low. The advancers on the declines are 163, and it looks like going into the latter part of the day that the AD is moving upward, which may mean we may see higher prices even yet for the rest of the day. Let's look at our big green monster and see what she looks like here on the E-minis. And we are overbought, close to getting oversold. So it kind of looks bullish on this chart. Remember, we'll always look as a magnetic force, the point of control, and also these areas of vacuums, these little pockets where no trades have been executed a lot. Those are always pockets. So that's always looking to pull down price. But interestingly enough, we're at the value area high, the standard deviation above on the E-minis. Let's see what the NQ looks like. Our NASDAQ 100. So we are, this looks fairly bullish here. We are oversold for the fair value zone above. So if we keep clicking, baby, which maybe we will, we're looking at 21,526, whereas we are at 21,246 today. Very, 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 very interesting. So let's see how our little account is doing today. Let's see our positions. We are down a little bit on our ES positions. Our TQQQ is up a little bit. Our bill is up a little bit, and our TMF is even up a little bit. How about that? We don't see that a lot. So TMF is up a little bit. Let's see what our little accounts are doing today. So we're up $155 in our two little accounts here. So, not a lot, but just a little bit to keep us going. The only thing we got to make sure of is that our hedge is intact. And let's look at our hedge and see if everything's okay. Let's go back over here, make sure we've got ES and TQQQ. And then we want to go up to the Crimson Orchard account, and we want to click this auto refresh, which is kind of cool, and go to risk analysis. And how come my TQQQ is not there? There we go. Risk analysis. There's our TQQQ. Let's move this up to 60% drop in case the market were to crash on us, and 20% on everything else. Let's just make sure everything is up to snuffy here. And today is 11/8. So we've got about a $57,000, almost $58,000 hedge in the event that we crash. What would we do in the event of a crash? Well, we would celebrate. We would take our $58,000 and we would buy more shares of TQQQ. That's basically the plan, right? Because TQQQ would be down roughly 60%, and it would be time, I would think, to buy the asset. So, y'all, we've got a plan, and the plan is fairly simple. It's simply complex. There's a lot of moving parts to it, and you're probably sitting there going, Bobby, how in the world do I know that how to do all of this stuff? Well, you really don't, but you can print out your plan, and I don't foresee any changes to it. Wink, 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 wink. I think we've got everything. And this is also available for those of you watching on YouTube to purchase down below in the description. It is the 11.5 version. If you have any version other than 11.5, you need to send me an email and say, Bobby, send me the latest version, and we'll get that to you. But the latest version is ready to go. And the only change that we made was in the federal funds rate trigger. If the federal funds rate were to increase more than 0.5% over the last 3 months, instead of going to 100% cash, we go to 70% cash or bill, which is our preferred asset. So we get a little bit of interest. And the SQQQ, which is the inverse triple leveraged NASDAQ 100, SQQQ. So that was the only change. And what we did is back tested that. And over the last 15 years, instead of going from $100,000 to $128 million, we went from $100,000 to $167 million over the last 15 years. That's the way the back test performed. So really, really incredible. Now, will that happen over the next 15 years? We don't know. We really don't know. But we did really good during this. And the purple that you see here is this is the time that we were actually in cash or SQQQ, and it occurred, guess when? When the down market of 2022. So I've done everything I can to make this plan as robust as possible. Please keep in mind, do not do this with the baby's formula money. Do not do this with the diaper money. This is play money. This cannot be your main portfolio. Well, it can be, but you got to realize that there's a lot of risk to it. And even with this, I think there was like a 25% drawdown. So if you had $100,000 in this thing, you could have upwards of $25,000 drawdown going down to 75,000, or it could even be worse. So you just need to make sure that you're aware that this is a wild, what is it Don Kaufman said, Mr. Toad's wild ride? This is a wild, wild ride, and it is not for everybody. Okay? So we'll go into a little discussion into our Muscadine Mafia for just a few minutes. We'll just go over a couple things with you guys coming up. Everyone else have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I will see you all on Monday.